Well, now you see what I mean by short chapters. Chapter 2 is barely more than a single page, but that really just gives us more time to reflect because this journey isn't about us getting through the book. It's about letting the book get through to us. And when we open the chapter, we actually find George sitting in the repair shop, and he's waiting for news about his car. And two words stand out to me on this page, on page 9. The first word is anxious. The second word is impatient. It says George was anxious and impatient. You know, why this stands out is because it isn't just how George feels in the moment, it's how he's been feeling everywhere, all the time. The book says he feels like the world is constantly conspiring to inconvenience him. Now, we've all been there, right? Those times when we feel like life is one obstacle after another, and we feel overwhelmed and exhausted. And it's actually in those moments that it's easy to blame everything and everyone else. But here's the kicker. George is so focused on his negativity that he completely misses the fact that that flat tire has saved his life. Instead of seeing the blessing, all George sees is the inconvenience in the moment. This chapter reminds me that it's not just the little moments that we miss when we live in a state of overwhelm. It's the miracles too. We miss those miracles when we are overwhelmed. It actually makes me think of one of my favorite John Maxwell quotes where he says, "How you view things is how you do things." You see, your perspective shapes your actions. The way you choose to see the world is going to impact how you experience the world. And George is clearly, as we see here, stuck in a negativity cycle. And that's because he's seeing everything as negative. And so he feels like everything he gets is negative. So here's my question for you today. What are you grateful for? If we want to break that negativity cycle, I want you to take a moment and I want you to make just a short list of the things you're grateful for. I personally like to write down every morning 3 things that I'm grateful for in my planner because I do truly believe you can't be angry and grateful at the same time. So when we take a moment to list what we're grateful for, it can shift our perspective, and that in itself can change the trajectory of our life. I think that George is about to learn this lesson too. He's about to learn it in a big way, and we're going to see how that goes tomorrow. Make sure you read chapter 3. I'll see you then.